Somebody had asked, astrology is perfect? And my answer is no. Because perfection means death. Perfection means there is no further scope to grow. And so I tell you all that astrology is not perfect. I am not perfect. This whole universe is not perfect. And because it is not perfect, it is growing. Had it been perfect, it would be dead by now. Astrology is growing. It is maturing. Millions and millions of intelligent people across this vast human world are contributing to its growth. How can you say it's perfect? Had it been perfect, then millions of people would have not contributed. Hundreds and hundreds of seers and sages would not have written so many holy scriptures on astrology. And still, many are writing, contributing their own findings, their own experiences to this vast ocean called astrology. And let me tell you all that every intelligent individual, every follower of astrology has been and will continue to contribute to the subject of astrology, and it is going to continue for ages to come. Because astrology is progressive by nature. Chalit. You all are also progressive. The whole universe is progressive by nature. Chalit is in the very essence of this universe. Chalit is very much rooted in our blood. You all are progressing, and this progression is shown by your Chalit chart. And progression has its roots in the process of change. Except change, everything else changes. Change is constant. The very essence of the word Chalit is change. The word Chalit means progressing. I deny to call it progressed because life is flowing. Life cannot be static. So how can your chart or your planets and stars be static? Understand the fact that life is always changing. It is always moving on, whether for good or bad, whether for good or for self-improvement, but life never stops. Chalit simply is a symbolic representation of human life, the actual results, the actual flow of energies. Life should flow, and life flows. That is the nature of life. Chalit is in fact a beautiful symbolic representation of a flowing life. It is a beautiful way of reminding us that change is the essence of human life. And you can progress only if you remain open to change. Unless you can keep yourself flowing with change, your life is going to become dormant, stagnant. Flow is the process of remaining continuously alive. Now let us understand through an example of how Chalit has the final say. One man lives in Chennai. His birth chart has Ketu and Moon in the 7th house. The other man lives in Mumbai. His birth chart has Ketu and Moon in the 7th house. The Chennai man got married and he is still married happily. The Mumbai man got married, but he got divorced within 2 years of his marriage. But the story does not end here. It only ends when you make a note of the fact that both were born on the same day at the same place with just 5 minutes difference in their birth time. What happened? The Chennai friends Moon Ketu in 7th house shows up in the ascendant chart, that is the Rashi chart. But in his Chalit chart, Ketu moves on to the 8th house. This man enjoys a pleasurable sexual life with his marriage partner. The Mumbai man's Moon Ketu in 7th house remains as it is in the Chalit chart. Marriage brings no sexual satisfaction. Absence of sex, his wife started cheating on him and divorce triggered. Progression simply is the way of life. Chalit is simply the essence of astrology. When it comes to Chalit house placement of a specific planet, house placement of a specific planet changes. But that does not change the way of looking at the chart in its totality. If your ascendant lord is in the 3rd house, it remains in the 3rd house. If Seema is from India, then she remains an Indian citizen. Now, in the Chalit chart, if Seema is moving from 3rd house to the 4th house, then it shows progression. Seema is progressing, moving from India to the US. She is bringing the qualities of the 3rd house to the 4th house. With time, she will settle down in the US, that is the 4th house. Chalit is a very deep subject. I personally love Chalit, mainly because of my extensive experience of dealing with specific charts. So whenever you read house lordship, which house lord in which house, always refer to your ascendant chart or Rashi chart. If Sun is in your 3rd house in the ascendant chart, read the Sun in the 3rd house results, even though Sun is seen in the 4th house in your Chalit chart. You all will find this revelation surprising, but surprises is what comes when you come face to face with truth. I am just sharing the truth that I came across while going through my own self experiences.